Hello students, welcome back to MKH video series. My name is Aditya and in the previous video we have successfully completed exercise 12.1. So I hope you have understood all the questions related to that exercise, and now in this video we are going to discuss the examples which are based on, you can see, the questions in exercise 12.2, right? So before actually moving on to exercise 12.2, first we have to understand the examples based on that exercise, right? So that you can easily solve out all the questions of exercise 12.2. So let us start this video here with an example here. So you can see here example number 4 is, you can see, Kamla has a triangular field with sides 240 meter, 200 meter and 360 meter, right? Where she grew wheat. So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे इस फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट में लिखा है कि कमला के पास एक ट्रायंगुलर फील्ड है जिसकी साइड्स गिवन है. यू कैन सी यहाँ पे एक फिगर है which I have drawn. So I have represented this triangular field here with A, B, C. You can see this triangle here on the lower side. So आप देखेंगे कि इस ABC ट्रायंगल के अंदर तीनों साइड्स मुझे पता है, 240 मीटर, 360 मीटर एंड 200 मीटर. सो दिस इज गिवन हियर. नाउ ये जो कमला है उसकी जो ट्रायंगुलर फील्ड है, कमला इस ट्रायंगुलर फील्ड के अंदर किसकी खेती करती है? व्हीट की, राइट? ये आपको क्वेश्चन में गिवन है. सो कमला ग्रू व्हीट ऑन दिस ट्रायंगुलर फील्ड, जिसकी तीनों साइड्स हमें पता है, राइट? नाउ लेट अस मूव फर्दर. नाउ इन अनदर ट्रायंगल फील्ड यू कैन सी विद साइड्स 240, 320 एंड 400 मीटर्स. सो आप देख सकते हैं इसके जस्ट साथ में ही जुड़ती हुई एक और ट्रायंगुलर फील्ड है जिसमें आप देख सकते हैं ये जो 240 मीटर वाली साइड है दैट इज द एडजॉइनिंग लाइन हियर, राइट? सो इससे जुड़ती हुई दूसरा ट्रायंगल है. यू कैन सी थर्ड साइड जो है आप 1, 2, 3 माने. सो इस ट्रायंगुलर फील्ड की एक साइड जो है उसी से ही दूसरा ट्रायंगुलर फील्ड स्टार्ट हो रही है, यानी both the fields are adjacent to each other, साथ साथ में, right? Now you can see इसकी भी साइड्स हमें पता है 240 मीटर, 400 मीटर एंड 320 मीटर. So the name of the triangle is ACD, right? So now further you can see she wanted to grow potatoes and onions in this field, right? So उसने यहाँ पे potato and onion दोनों की खेती करनी है. बट हियर यू विल सी कि आपके पास एरिया तो सिर्फ एक ट्रायंगल का है. सो दैट मीन्स हमें इस ट्रायंगल को पहले दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करना होगा सो दैट कमला कैन ग्रू बोथ पोटैटोज एंड अनियन ऑन दिस सिंगल ट्रायंगल, राइट? सो नाउ लेट अस मूव फर्दर. दैट मीन्स शी divided the field in two parts. You can see as I have told you. So by joining the midpoint of the longest side. So आप देख सकते हैं उसने, कमला ने इस ट्रायंगुलर फील्ड को दो पार्ट्स में कैसे डिवाइड किया. उसने क्या किया, आप इन तीनों साइड्स को देखिए, इसमें से जो लॉन्गेस्ट साइड है वो कौन सी है? आप देख सकते हैं 400 मीटर्स, राइट? सो उसने क्या किया, इस जो लॉन्गेस्ट साइड है उसके मिड पॉइंट को लिया. देन you can see here she has taken the midpoint of the longest side and she has joined the longest side's midpoint to the opposite vertex. So अब इस midpoint को मैं किससे ज्वाइन करूंगा? इसके opposite vertex कौन सा आप देख सकते हैं? That is C, right? Now let me just draw the line a bit straighter. So यहां से आप देख सकते हैं इस midpoint से इसके opposite vertex से उसने ज्वाइन कर दिया. So you can see the longest side का मैंने मिड पॉइंट लिया, उसको अपोजिट वर्टेक्स से ज्वाइन किया. सो हियर यू विल फाइंड आउट कि ये जो फील्ड है दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड होगी. दैट मींस नाउ शी कैन जस्ट ग्रू बोथ द, यू कैन सी, पोटैटो एज वेल एज अनियन ऑन दिस फील्ड, राइट? सो नाउ लेट अस मूव फर्दर. सो नाउ यू कैन सी वन पार्ट, यू कैन सी he can grow you can see potato and in the other part she can grow onion, right? So now how much area in hectares, right? Till now we have seen the area in, you can see, meter square, in centimeter square, but now this time in this question हमारे पास एक नई मेजरमेंट की यूनिट है of area, that is hectares, right? So यहाँ पे हमें जो आंसर निकालना है, एरिया निकालना है of both the triangles, वो हमें निकालना है हेक्टेयर्स में, राइट? नाउ लेट मी जस्ट टेल यू कि 1 हेक्टेयर के अंदर 10,000 मीटर स्क्वायर होते हैं, राइट? सो 1 हेक्टेयर इज इक्वल टू 10,000 मीटर स्क्वायर. सो यहाँ पे एक चीज और क्लियर कर देता हूं. क्वेश्चन को हमें जब हेक्टेयर में निकालेंगे, पहले हमारे पास साइड जो है वो किस में है, मीटर में है। सो दैट मीन्स जब हम एरिया निकालेंगे ट्रायंगल का तो हमारे पास किस में आएगा, मीटर स्क्वायर में आएगा, राइट। सो यू कैन सी अगर मुझे हेक्टेयर्स को मीटर स्क्वायर में कन्वर्ट करना है तब तो मैं 10,000 से मल्टीप्लाई करता हूं। सो अब यहाँ पे इस क्वेश्चन में हमें जो एरिया मीटर स्क्वायर में आएगा उसको किस में कन्वर्ट करना होगा, हेक्टेयर्स में। सो हाउ वी विल डू दिस, सो अब इसलिए मीटर स्क्वायर को अगर हेक्टेयर में कन्वर्ट करना है देन यू हैव टू डिवाइड द एरिया बाय 10,000, राइट। सो यू कैन सी अगर हेक्टेयर्स को मीटर में करना है देन वी हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई बाय 10,000 and if we have to convert meter square into hectares then we have to divide the area by 10,000, right. So now let us move on here. So you can see how much area in hectares has been used for wheat, potato and onion, right. So यानी कि हमें दोनों का एरिया निकालना है। You can see wheat का भी एरिया निकालना पड़ेगा, देन हम इस पूरी फील्ड जो है उसका एरिया निकालेंगे। नाउ हमें पता है कि इस फील्ड को दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया गया है, फॉर पोटैटो एंड अनियन। सो 1 पार्ट फॉर पोटैटो एंड 1 पार्ट फॉर अनियन। हमें दोनों का बाद में इंडिविजुअल भी निकालना होगा। पहले हम इसकी कंप्लीट एरिया निकालेंगे, देन वी विल डिवाइड दिस बाय 2 to get the individual area of potato and onion, right. So let us move now. So first of all I'm going to calculate the area of the triangular field in which Kamala has grown wheat, right. Now let me just make some space above. So I'm going to erase the question. So that is fine. Now let us move on here with this triangle ABC, right? So let us start off the solution here. Now in triangle you can see ABC in which Kamala grown wheat, you can see. So we are talking about the area of the triangle, right? So हमारे पास यहाँ पे तीनों sides पता है हमें. So let me just give them A, B and C, right? So here you can see the value of A is 200 meters, then value of B is 240 meters and the value of C is 360 meters, right? So अब हमारे पास तीनों sides हैं. That means we can calculate the parameter of this triangle first. So that will be, you can see A plus B plus C. So that will be, you can see simply adding these sides. So that will be 200 plus 240 plus 360, right? So what will be the sum of this? Let me just check out. So 0, that will be 0, then 6 plus 4, 10, then 1 carry 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, right? So here you can see the parameter of this triangular field is 800 meters, right? Now talking about the semi parameter जो कि हमें area निकालने में help करेगा. So how we will calculate the semi parameter? So we know that is the half of parameter. So I'm going to simply divide this, you can see, by 2, right? The parameter divided by 2, that will get you semi parameter, that is S. So you can see 2 400 800. So you can see quite easy. हमारे पास S की value भी आ गई है. That is, you can see 400 meters, right? Now this is going to be required here as well as this A, B and C. Now quite easy, you know, we have to apply on the formula to calculate the area of this triangle. So let us make some space. So let us move now. Now you can see the area here which will be calculated by, now let me just write it complete, that area of triangle, you can see ABC, right? So now you can see the formula was S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, right? Now we are going to simply substitute the values here. So आप देख सकते हैं S की वैल्यू हमारे पास कितनी है, 400. Then in multiply again 400 minus A. What is A? That is 200. Then again S is 400 minus B. What is B? That is 240. Then again S minus C. So 400 minus C. What is C? That is 360. So what you have to do is simply subtract all the three sides from, you can see, the semi parameter, which is 400, right? So now let me just further solve this. So here you can see 400 will be as it is. Now 400 minus 200, that will be 200. Then 400 minus 240, so that will be 0, then 6 and 1, 160, right? Now that will be, you can see, 40 here. So now the next step, you all know, we have to make the pairs. So let me just break them into factors, right? So how we'll do this, that is quite interesting, right? Now you can see this 160. Now let me just write it as 4 into 40, right? So मैंने इस 160 को क्या लिख लिया, 4 into 40, 4 into 40 is 160. Then keep this 40 as it is, क्योंकि आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे पेयर बन जाएगा. Now you can see this 200 can be written as 2 into 100, right? Now talking about this 400, leave it as it is. Why so? I'm going to tell you. Now let me just first get the things out of the square root. So 400 का square root क्या होता है? 20. 20 से क्या होता है? 400. So that means 400 का square root क्या हो जाएगा? 20. वो बाहर आ गया square root से. Now talking about, you can see here 100. So 100 का square root क्या होता है? 10. Because we know that 10 into 10 is 100. So यहाँ पे 10 बाहर आ जाएगा. Then let's move further. So 4 का square root क्या होता है आपके पास? 2. So that will be outside. Now let me just talk about this pair. So ये 40 का एक pair बन रहा है, तो 40 भी बाहर आ जाएगा, right? So now you can see inside only 2 is remaining, right? So that is, you can see prime number, so that will be as it is. Now let me just multiply this. So 20 into 10, that will be 200. 200 into 2, that will be 400. Then 400 into 40. Now let me just check out. Let me just write that first. So 400 into 40 and root 2 as it is. Now you can see 4 into 4, that will be 16. Then 2 and 1, 3 zeros, and root 2 as it is. Now in meter square, right? Now remember, I have told you that we have to calculate the area in hectares, right? So let me first make some space above. Now you can see we have got the area here. So area of triangle ABC is 16,000 root 2 meter square, right? So this is the area that we have calculated for, you can see, growing wheat here, right? So Kamla will grow wheat in this area, right? अब हमें इस area को hectares में find out करना है. So we know, मैंने आपको बताया था कि 1 hectares जो होते हैं, that is equal to 10,000 meter square, right? And I have also told you कि अगर मुझे meter square को hectare में convert करना है, then we have to divide the area by 10,000. So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे meter square में है. So to convert meter square into hectares, we have to divide it by 10,000. So यहाँ पे मैं 10,000 से divide कर देता हूँ. Now you can see this 3 zeros will cancel out. अब denominator में कितनी zeros है? 1. That means just before 1 digit मैं क्या कर दूंगा? एक decimal place कर दूंगा. So यहाँ पे decimal place होगी. So that will be 1.6. And this root 2 will still be as it is. Now this area is in hectares, right? And this is what we have to find out here, the area in hectares. Now let me just tell you, अगर आप further इसको solve करना चाहते हैं, we know कि root 2 की value जो होती है, that is 1.41, right? So you can also just simply substitute here. That will be 1.41, right? So just simply multiply this. You're going to get the area of this here, right? Now let us just simply calculate here. So to easily, you can see, calculate the area. Let me just remove the decimal here. So आप देख सकते हैं decimal के बाद 2 digits हैं. So that will bring 2 zeros in the denominator. And here decimal के बाद 1 digit है. So that will bring 1 zero in the denominator. So you can see 10 into 100, that will be 1000. And you can see 16 into 141. That will be, you can see you have to calculate here. So 16 into 141. You can see 6 1 is 6, 6 4 is 24. That will give you 2 carry, 6 4 is 6 into 8. Now 1 into 141, that will be 141. So 6, 5, you can see 8 and 4, 12. Then that will be 2. So you can see that will be 2, 2, 5, 6. Now you can see in the denominator, that will be 1000. Right? So that will be 1000 here. So 3 zeros, that means just 3 digits से पहले एक decimal लगेगा. So that will be, you can see 2.256. Now you can see 6 5 से बड़ा है. So let me just you can see round off to it. So that will become 6. So this is going to be, you can see the area in hectares. So 2.26 hectares. This is going to be the area of this field in which Kamla has to grow wheat, right? Now moving on to the next part of this question, that means we are going to calculate first the area of triangle ACD complete, right? Then further we will divide the area by 2, ताकि आप देख सकते हैं कमला ने इस फील्ड को 2 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करना था, so that she can grow, you can see, potato as well as onion, right? So let us move on first we are going to find out the triangle ACD area, right? So I'm going to erase this. So let us move now. So now in triangle you can see ACD, in which, let me just get some space in between. So in which Kamla has to grow potato and onion, right? So let us move on and just find out. You can see the area of this complete triangle ACD, right? So here we know all the three sides. So here the A is, you can see, if I just take this as A, this is B, and this is C, right? So you can see A is 240 meters, B is 320 meters, then C is 400 meters. Now let me just tell you, talking about the semi-parameter, so that can be calculated by A plus B plus C upon 2, or you can also first calculate the parameter and divide that by 2. So उसके लिए हमें तीनों sides को add करना पड़ेगा. That will get you the parameter. So I'm just directly now writing out the values of A, B and C, adding them and dividing it by 2. So you can see what is A, that is 240, then 320 plus 400, that is divided by 2, so to get the semi-parameter. So let me just add them. So you can see 0, 0, then you can see that will be 0 plus 2, 2, 2 plus 4, that will be 6, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 2, 9. So that will be 960, right? You can cross verify it. So you can see that will be 0, then 0 plus 2, 2 plus 4, 6, then you can see 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 2, 9. Divide by 2. Now let me just half this. So 2 4 is 8, 1 remaining, that will make 16, then 2 8 is 16, and this 0 as it is. So यहाँ पे आपके पास कितना आ गया? 480 meters. So this is going to be the value of S, that is semi-parameter. That means half the parameter of this complete triangle, right? Now we know very well that we have to calculate the area. So area can be calculated by, you can see Heron's formula. So let me just apply that. So I'm going to just simply write the area of this triangle here. So इसको हमने कितना calculate किया? 2.26 hectares, right? So I'm going to erase this from here. Now you can see, talking about the area of triangle ACD, right? So we know how to apply on the formula, that is S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. So यहाँ पे हमारे पास सभी values हैं. I'm going to simply substitute that. So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे S की value मैंने कितनी find out की थी? That is 480. So let me first draw this. So 480 into, अब S minus A, आपको पता है S की value कितनी है? 480 minus A. What is A? You can see that is 240. Then you can see again multiply S. What is S? That is 480 minus B. So B देख सकते हैं कितना है? 320. Then in multiply S again is 480 minus C. What is C? That is 400. Then you can see just bracket. Now further just simplifying this. So 480 as it is आएगा, right? Now subtracting this will, you can see, give 0, then 4 and 4, 8, that will be 2. 240. Then talking about this, so you can see 0, then 2 and 6, so that will be 1. 160, then talking about this, so 0, 8 and you can see 80, right? So आप देख सकते हैं इसी तरीके से subtract करके आपको ये सभी values आ जाएंगी. Now the next step, the important step is to make the factors. So यहाँ पे आपको factors जो है वो carefully create करने पड़ेंगे. So let me first make some space. So here you can see, let me just move further. So here you can see, अगर मैं यहाँ पर बात करता हूँ 48 की, so 24 2 जा 48 होता है, right? We know that 24 into 2 is 48. So मैं यहाँ पे ये 0 इस 2 के साथ ले लेता हूँ. So 24 into 20 that will be 480, right? So ऐसा मैंने क्यों लिखा है इसको? Because आगे मेरे पास 240 again पड़ा है, so मैं इसको 24 into 10 लिख सकता हूँ. So यहाँ पे एक 24 का पेयर बन जाएगा, right? So that will be making a pair. Now you can see 160. Now 4 into 4 is 16. So that will be, you can see 4 into 40, right? So 4 into 40 यहाँ पे क्या बन जाएगा? 160. अब again आगे देख सकते हैं 80 है, so 80 को मैं 40 into 2 लिख सकता हूँ, right? So here you can see मैंने सभी को break कर लिया. You can see in the factors. Now it's time to make the pair. So इसका pair बन चुका है. You can see then एक 40 का pair बन गया. Now let me just write here. You can see चाहे तो आप इस 20 को भी 2 into 10 ले सकते हैं, राइट? सो चाहे तो मैं इसको ब्रेक कर लेता हूँ फर्दर, सो दैट एक 10 का भी पेयर बन जाए, राइट? सो अब इस तरह 24 आउटसाइड आ जाएगा स्क्वायर रूट के, देन एक 10 बाहर आ जाएगा, देन let me just check out कि 4 का स्क्वायर रूट कितना होता है 2 2 जा 4, राइट? सो दैट विल आल्सो बी आउटसाइड. सो यहाँ पे ये 4 भी कंप्लीट हो गया, देन यू कैन सी दिस 2, सो दैट विल रिमेन इनसाइड. सो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं इसका भी पेयर बन रहा है, सो एक 2 भी बाहर आ जाएगा, सो दैट विल बी हियर. Now let me just check out the other values. So you will find out that here all the values have been outside the square root, right? So what you have to do is simply multiply them. So let me just multiply. So 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 24. Let me just check out. So 24 into 4. So 4 4 is 16. 1 carry, 2 4 is 8 and 1 9. 96. So 96 into 10, that will be 960, right? Now what you have to do is cross verify कि आपने सही जो है कैलकुलेशन की है. लेट मी जस्ट चेक आउट. सो 480 को मैंने 24 into 20 लिखा था, सो 20 को मैंने 2 into 10 लिख लिया, राइट? देन 240 को 24 into 10, देन 160 को 4 into 40 एंड 80 को मैंने 40 into 2. देन वी हैव मेड द पेयर्स. सो 24 का एक पेयर बना, दैट इज आउटसाइड. देन यू कैन सी दैट 2 का एक पेयर बन रहा है, दैट विल बी आउटसाइड. सो यू कैन सी नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट 10 हियर. सो 10 का भी एक पेयर बन रहा है, दैट इज आउटसाइड. देन you can see further 4 का स्क्वायर रूट क्या होता है 2, that is outside, right? So you can see अगर मैं यहाँ पे देखूं कि ये 40 का एक पेयर बन रहा था, so I suppose I just forgot this, so that's why I was just checking out कि कुछ remaining न रह जाए. So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे बाकी सभी का पेयर आउटसाइड लिख दिया, 40 का पेयर रह गया था, so that will be also outside. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं 40 का एक पेयर बना, that is also outside. So यहाँ पे 960 into 40, so you can see 2 zeros आ गई. Now let me just multiply 96 by 4. So 4 6 ja 24, then 2 carry, then 4 9 is 36, 37 38. So that will be 38400, right, in meters square. So this is going to be the area of this triangle ACD. अब हमें पता है कि हमें जो एरिया है वो किस में निकालना है, in hectares. So we know that in 1 hectare there is, you can see 10,000 meters square. The similar way we have done in the previous triangle, right? So अब जैसे meter square को hectare में convert करने के लिए divide by 10,000. So let me just divide this by 10,000 and that will be converted in hectares, right? So अब जैसे 2 zeros से cancel out हो जाएंगी. Now remaining 2 zeros in the denominator. So आप यहाँ पे right hand side से 2 digit count कीजिए, decimal place कीजिए, right? So that will be 3.84 hectares, right? So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं इस ट्रायंगल ACD का एरिया इन हेक्टेयर्स कितना आया, 3.84. अब जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया था कि कमला ने इस ट्रायंगल को 2 इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया सो दैट शी कैन जस्ट ग्रो पोटैटो एज वेल एज अनियन, राइट? सो हम इंडिविजुअल पोटैटो और अनियन का एरिया निकाल लेते हैं डिवाइडिंग दिस एरिया बाय 2, राइट? सो लेट मी जस्ट मेक स्पेस. Now you can see talking about the area for, you can see 2 fields, right? So both the area will be same. So मैं यहाँ पे क्या करता हूँ, 3.84 को किससे डिवाइड कर देता हूँ, 2 से. Now let me just check out. So 2 1 जा 2, 1 remaining, that will make 18, but ये decimal as it is लगा रहेगा, right? So 18 को मैं क्या करूँगा, 2 9 जा 18, so this is also cancel out, 4 बचा, so then 2 2 जा 4. So आपके पास कितना एरिया गया, 1.92 हेक्टेयर्स, राइट? सो इंडिविजुअली इन दोनों का एरिया कितना आ गया आपके पास, 1.92 हेक्टेयर्स. देन दिस इज आल्सो 1.92 हेक्टेयर्स. सो आप देख सकते हैं. सो यू कैन सी एरिया फॉर पोटैटो फील्ड. Let me just correct that. So that is 1.92 hectares. Then talking about, and you can see area for onion field, right? So that will be, you can see 1.92 hectares, the same, right? Because we know that Kamala has just divided the field in half so that she can grow both potato and onion in the equal, you can see, margin, right? So this is how you can see the quite a lengthy question, but if you just keep the focus and you can see the basic concept in mind, then you can easily solve out all the questions here, right? So that was all in this question here. So students, let us move on to the next example here. So I'm going to take here example number 5, which will clear a image how to solve the question in exercise 12.2. So you can see in this example, students of a school staged a rally for cleanliness campaign, right? So एक स्कूल के स्टूडेंट्स ने एक रैली निकाली for a cleanliness campaign. You can see अब इस कैंपेन के अंदर you can see they walked through the lanes. Lanes का मतलब मैं आपको बता दूं आपको, that is roads, right? So यहाँ पे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं स्कूल के, उन्होंने एक रैली निकाली, तो दे वॉक थ्रू द लेन्स. सो आपको यहाँ पे एक गिवन है फिगर, यू कैन सी इन द क्वेश्चन. सो यू कैन सी वो रोड्स के ऊपर 2 ग्रुप्स में यू कैन सी मूव किए, राइट? सो यू कैन सी वन ग्रुप वॉक थ्रू द लेन्स ए बी, बी सी एंड सी ए. सो यहाँ पे यू कैन सी पाथ दिया हुआ है उसका, लेन का यानी कि रूट का. सो आप देख सकते हैं इन रोड्स को कैसे फॉलो किया. पहले ग्रुप ने दे हैव गॉन ए बी, then BC and just returned back CA. So इस तरीके से you can see वो move किए like this, right? So ये one group जो है यहाँ पे इस तरह से roads के ऊपर you can see walk किया for cleanliness campaign, right? Then you can see the second group here, you can see walk through AC, CD and then DA. So let me just check out. So जो दूसरा group था वो कैसे गया? AC, then CD and then DA. So this is the path of the second group, यानी कि दूसरे ग्रुप का. So आप देख सकते हैं एक स्टूडेंट्स थे जो स्कूल के, उन्होंने क्लीनलीनेस कैंपेन में 2 ग्रुप्स बनाए and they walk through these 2 you can see lanes, right? Now what we have to do here is you can see they have cleaned the area enclosed within their lanes. So आप देख सकते हैं इस रोड के बीच का एरिया क्या है? ट्रायंगुलर पाथ है, राइट? सो दैट मींस हमें इसका एरिया जो है वो फाइंड आउट करना है जितना उन्होंने क्लीन किया थ्रू देयर यू कैन सी रैली, राइट? एंड यू कैन सी हियर ऑल्सो यू कैन सी द सेकंड ग्रुप जो लेन के थ्रू मूव किया, उसमें भी क्या बन रहा है? ट्रायंगल बन रहा है. देन वी हैव टू आल्सो फाइंड आउट द एरिया enclosed within these lanes, that means the area of triangle, right? So here you can see this triangle is a right angle triangle. Now अगर आपको ध्यान हो स्टार्टिंग में इंट्रोडक्शन पोर्शन में जो फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला था to calculate the area of a right angle triangle, right? So that I have told you the first you can see formula to calculate area, that was half into base into height, right? So अगर आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल के अंदर हमारे पास एक बेस होता है और एक हाइट होती है. You can see, तो आप देख सकते हैं ये जो बेस है you can see that is we know here. So this is the base which is 40 meters. So ये जो होगी perpendicular, that is the height, right? So we can take this as a height here. So हमें base और height पता है. So without actually applying you can see the Heron's formula, we can also even calculate the area of this triangle, right? So यहाँ पे इस triangle में height पता है, so that means हम ये वाला formula use कर सकते हैं. So for a change we can use this here because हमें यहाँ पे third side नहीं पता, right? So हमें सबसे पहले you can see अगर third side नहीं पता तो we can still calculate the area, right? But अगर आप यहाँ पे third side निकाल लेंगे then we can apply on Heron's formula, right? But first I'm going to show you how to just simply calculate the area without you can see Heron's formula. So here you can see if I just substitute, you can see area of, let me just tell you, the triangle ABC, right? So that means ये कौन से group था? Group first, right? You can also just denote here. So here you can see half into base. What is base? You can see that is 40 meters. Then height, you can see that is 9. Now you can see 2 20s are 40. So you can see now 2 9s are 18 and this 0 as it is. So here you can see it is in meters, so meter square. So this is the area you can see which the first group have, you can see cleared here, right? So हमें area तो पता चल गया. Now what about the second, you can see area enclosed by the second group. Let me first make some space here so that I can show you. Now let us just move on to this triangle. So यहाँ पे हमें ना ही base और height है. So how we will calculate the area of this triangle? So हमें यहाँ पे 2 sides पता है लेकिन third side missing है. So let me first find out this side AC here. So अगर आप ध्यान से वापस पुराने वाले triangle पे जाएं ABC. So let me just tell you that in triangle ABC we know that a right angle triangle which is right angled at you can see B. So यहाँ पे B के ऊपर right angle बन रहा है. Now हमें पता है कि 90 डिग्री के अपोजिट साइड कौन सी होती है? हाइपोटेन्यूस. देन ये आप चाहे तो परपेंडिकुलर ले सकते हैं और ये बेस ले सकते हैं. चाहे तो आप इनको इंटरचेंज कर लिए, that will make no change. I have told you. So here you can see we can apply on the Pythagoras theorem, right? So by Pythagoras theorem we have, now you can see that hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus you can see base square, right? So यहाँ पे मैं values को substitute करता हूँ. So our hypotenuse जो है हमें find out करनी है. So you have to keep it as it is. अब यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं perpendicular कितना है 9. So let me just put 9 here, equal sign as it is, plus base. You can see that is 40. So 40 square. Now you can see further if I move on. So hypotenuse square as it is. Now you can see 9 का square क्या होता है? 9 into 9 that is 81. Then 40 का square क्या होता है? 40 into 40 that is 1600, right? So you have to multiply here. So simply adding this, you can see that will give you 1681, right? So here hypotenuse square. अब next step में जब मैं इस square को remove करूंगा, so right hand side इसके ऊपर क्या आ जाएगा? Let me just show you the square root, right? 1681. So हमें इसका square root find out करना है, यानी कि दो similar numbers जिनका ये multiplication है, right? Let me just tell you here कि 41 into 41 that is 1681. So यहाँ पे मैंने क्या लिख लिया इसको 1681 को इसके factors की form में, right? So अब इसलिए यहाँ पे pair बन रहा है तो ये square root से बाहर आ जाएगा. So the hypotenuse here will be, you can see 41 meters, right? So this is going to be working as the third side for, you can see this triangle ACD. So अब यहाँ पे हमें तीनों sides पता है. That means we can now find out the area which is been, you can see, cleaned by the group second while their path movement, right? In the cleanliness, you can see campaign, right? So let me just move in here. Now I'm going to calculate the area of triangle ACD, right? So you can see the area will be calculated by Heron's formula. So that is S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C, right? Let me just write that clear. So now we know we have to calculate S first. So यानी कि हमें यहाँ पे A, B, C तो मालूम हो गया, right? So what about you can see S? So यहाँ पे इससे पहले आपको यहाँ पे show करना पड़ेगा that A कितना है आपके पास. Let me just write that 41 meters. Then what is B? So that is 15 meters, and finally C is 28 meters, right? So what is S? We know that is A plus B plus C divided by 2. So अब देखते हैं A की वैल्यू कितनी है आपके पास 41 plus B की वैल्यू कितनी है आपके पास 15 plus C की वैल्यू आपके पास है 28 divided by 2. So अगर इनको ऐड करेंगे, let me just check out. So 8 plus 5 that will be 13. You can see then 13 plus 1 14, 1 carry 3 plus 1 4, 4 and 4 8. 84 divided by 2. Let me just half it. So that will be 42, right? So यहाँ पे आपके पास कितना आ गया S? That is 42 meters, right? So I'm going to simply substitute 42 here. So you can see 42, then 42 minus A, that is 41. Then multiply, you can see 42 minus B, that is 15. Then 42 minus C, that is 28. Then let me just solve this. So यहाँ पे 42 as it is. Now 42 minus 41, that is 1. Then 42 minus 15. Now let me just check out. So what it will be? So that will be 7 and 2, 27, right? Then further you can see if I just subtract this, let me just cross check it. So 5 plus 7, 12, 1, 2, so right. Now you can see if I just subtract this, so that will be 8 and 4, then 3 and 1, 40, right? So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं subtract करके मैंने यहाँ पे सभी लिख दिए. Now you have to make the pairs here again. So let me just check out here. So that will be written as, you can see 27 can be written as 3 into 9, right? So now you can see 1 can just be removed here because 1 से multiply करके वही आएगा number. So there is no need to write 1 again, right? So 42 can be written as 6 into 7, right? Then talking about 14, that can be written as 2 into 7. Now let me just make the pairs. So यहाँ पे एक 7 का pair बन रहा है, that will be outside. Now 9 का square root कितना था? 3, that will be also outside. Then you can see 6, you can see 3 is remaining, then 2 is remaining. So let me just multiply them. So 6 into 3, you can see, you can also just make a pair of like 6 को मैं क्या लिख सकता हूँ? 3 into 2, right? So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं एक 3 का pair बन सकता है. So एक 3 outside आ जाएगा again. Now let me just check out further here. So here you will find out that 2 is remaining, and you can see then 2 is remaining. So यहाँ पे एक 2 का pair बन गया. So that is also outside. So you will see here that all the terms are now outside here after making the pair. But let me just cross check because many times you have to just watch it again and again ताकि कोई गलती ना हो, right? So let me just cross verify it. So you can see 3 into 2 into 6, 6 into 7, 42 here. Then 27, 3 into 9, then 14, 2 into 7, right? So all the things are clear. So you can see 7 is outside, then 3 is outside, then 2 is outside, then you can see 9, 3 over. So let me just multiply it. This is clear. So 3 into 7, that is 21. 21 into 2 is 42. 42 into 3. Let me just check out. So that will be 3 to the 6, 3 4 to 12. So that will be 126 meters square. So this is going to be the area of this triangle here in which the second group has walked through, right? So this is, you can see all in this question here, the example. So quite easy, just you have to calculate the area of both the triangles which have been traversed by the two groups here, right? So that was all in this question here.